Hi, I'm Rahn Hortman, nationally touring comic. I'm happy to be in the Effin' Sharp kitchen again. This month, they're going to Ireland. They want me to try some of this delicious Irish whiskey. You know, I don't know anything about whiskey, so I guess we're gonna learn together.
My name is Russell Simmons, and my purpose today here is to share some fine Irish whiskeys with Ron and to give you some insight into what makes these spirits such a unique experience. I have a fondness for all quality spirits, but I've always had a special place in my heart for the whiskeys of the Emerald Isle. This is our opportunity to try some Irish whiskey, and this is going to run the gambit from the high end to the regular, what you'd expect to go out and have a shot or two. But the first one to really get into that I think most people are going to be familiar with is Jameson Irish whiskey. This, being a blend, is part copper still and part column still. And I'm going to pour a dram here for both of us. Dram, Ron, is the amount of spirit that you would find appropriate for your guest. We're first going to take a look at it. Look at the color. That's a nice color. Second thing we go through is the aroma. We're going to get a nose of this. So okay. I'm going to get my nose over the top, get a little smell. I'm not going to drastically inhale. I don't want to burn my nose up with those alcohol vapors, but I'm just going to get the aroma.
Okay, I should have did that lightly, you're saying.
Yeah, take it easy.
Okay.
But I smell a little bit of spice. I smell some of the lighter flavors, a little more hay, very subtle.
Right now I smell liquor.
Well, then they did it right. They did it right if you're smelling liquor in there. But I think through the tasting, we'll get to appreciate some of those nuances and figure out some of those flavors. Next thing, we're going to taste it. We're going to go right down the hatch. I aerate it a little bit, like such. I just draw in a little bit of air and let it dance on my tongue some.
Like you're sucking spaghetti.
Okay. Perfect analogy. Perfect analogy. With this, tasting a little bit of spice, very mild. It's well blended.
It hits you right away. Like
you get that warming sensation.
You feel it right now. Like, yes,
yeah.
I feel this is the good stuff.
This is good, and it's only going to get better from here. Ron, what would you rate this on a scale of 1 to 5 on the Ron scale?
I've been accustomed to Crown Royal, and compared to Crown Royal, I would really give this a 4. I would give it a 4. I don't know if it was the spaghetti sipping, but I like it.
The next spirit we're going to enjoy here is the Knappogue Castle. Aged in barrels for at least 12 years, primarily American oak that has had bourbon in them, and then some with rum barrels as well.
So they reused a barrel, put that in there, made it sit for 12 years before you can drink it.
Exactly.
So it has to be good. It's like it has its doctor's degree.
Exactly. It spent more time in school than most of us have.
Disclaimer, if my pastor or anybody's watching, I'm only doing this for work purposes, but I am enjoying myself.
And look at that color. Just a brightness to it. Sláinte.
Sláinte?
Sláinte. It's a Gaelic term, means cheers.
Sláinte.
You got it.
Hold
on, sláinte.
Okay.
We're gonna get that aroma. And you know what I pick up here, Ron? I get biscuit. I get like a baked biscuit kind of smell.
You must be hungry, brother.
Oh yeah, it's about that time. Like fresh baked bread almost.
I don't know if I'm wrong, but I might smell the rum.
There's nothing wrong about any description. There's nothing wrong about your understanding or appreciation of the spirit. You're the one who's got to smell it.
I like that because I feel comfortable.
Well, if you smell this and I smell that, you know, as long as we're enjoying it. But I get a little pepper spice too.
I will say it smells sweet. I smell...
You're definitely picking up on some of that sweetness, yeah.
Almost like syrup.
Well, let's try a taste.
I like this one.
Yeah, this is excellent. That's a fine spirit.
I like this one. So what's the difference between somebody taking a shot or somebody taking a long time and they're just sipping it?
You could take your food and carve it up and enjoy it and have a nice meal, or you could put it all in a big bucket and just slop it down like a pig. So, you know.
So if you're taking shots, you are basically a pig.
Hey, he said that. I didn't say that. I might have implied it.
From now on, I'm sipping because I'm not a savage.
And you know, the distiller, his intent wasn't to get you ripped. His intent was to give you something to enjoy and to understand his craft. I mean, he put 12 years in this sitting in a barrel. To just kick it back, like, you know, I think you understand that.
I
man.
do understand that. If
Wonderful.
it took 12 years to make it, I'm going to take my time to enjoy it.
That's how you do. I also got to say the finish on this is it's really excellent. It's got a peppery note again.
When you say peppery, I can feel like the little spice.
Yeah, I
the
still
ting
get
at
that
the
tingle.
end.
Yeah.
A little ting at the end.
Like a white pepper.
Like the pepper on your salad.
There you
like
go.
that.
Ron, I got to ask, with this Knappogue Castle 12-year-old, where's that fit on the Ron scale?
I'm very impressed, man. 12 years in the barrel, I can taste the quality. Now, I told you what I drank at the beginning. I can clearly taste the distinction between that and my standby Crown Royal. So I want to get this a 4.
Great. Ron, it's time to now enjoy some Teeling single grain whiskey, huh?
Teeling single grain.
Yep,
Hey,
this is the stuff here.
what does that mean, single grain?
Well, with single grain, this is the focus of that individual grain, so we're only tasting almost like a single barrel, or when you only have one type of grape in a wine, this is just one grain, one malted grain in the product itself.
So that means it must be a real strong grain, and if it can stand on by itself.
And it's that focus. This expression of what the farmer grew and what the distiller really wants you to taste, huh? Here we go. Cheers. Let's get a little bit of that aroma again. You know, the first thing I got to say about this, vanilla.
This one is I'll say it's a lot more subtle than the other one.
Yeah, it's not jumping out of the glass quite
not
as much, but really I get a little sweetness of rum. This one was aged in Cabernet barrels and rum barrels as well. So you might get some of the sweetness again from that.
I can smell the sweetness.
A little bit of spice, touch of spice.
What I'm going to say is, I want to say nutmeg.
Excellent, excellent.
Nutmeg, I can smell nutmeg.
Let's get a taste now, huh?
How long was this one in the barrel?
5 years in the Cabernet barrels. The overall blend, it's not date specified, so whatever the distiller thought was appropriate, but at least 5 years in the Cabernet barrels.
So it has to be at least 5 years. Could be longer, but
Could be
they're keeping it a secret.
Exactly, exactly.
Secret recipe.
Yep, let's get a taste, huh? I gotta say, the rum is jumping out at me a little.
Very smooth. A lot more spice than the other one.
Definitely, definitely.
Like it's almost hot.
Gotcha, I can see that.
Like
you know what?
pepper.
Pepper for sure. I'm picking up a little wood too. That almost, that charred oak flavor. I'm picking up a little bit of a woodsy kind of taste. Like teak, almost like biting into a piece of tree bark. Yeah, I don't know how many trees I've been biting lately, but.
Now, I'll tell you that I don't get out much.
Yeah.
But when I do, I'm not eating tree bark.
Yeah. Well, this one's definitely got some reminiscence of those oak barrels for sure.
Now this one, like, you know when people take a drink and they take a shot and they make that, this does that. It burns a little bit.
Gotcha. It's coming in hot, huh?
It's coming in very, very hot. Like, you want, I need a sip of water after this.
Gotcha. Yeah, the flavor profile is bold. I think you're gonna find that with the single grain whiskeys. When we're talking about blends, those are way more approachable. With the single malts, those have their own nuance, but the distinctions in those 4 types, you're really gonna find what you're looking for. If this is the flavor you're interested in, some of those bolder flavors, then the single grain might be the way to go. But there are definitely those options. It's nice to have that selection of different styles.
On the Rahn scale, if I might, this is it's a little too hot for me.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't taste bad, but it's so hot that it's uncomfortable. Like, I just ate a bunch of red hots and
Gotcha.
left them in my mouth.
Almost like a
and then
cinnamon
rinsed out.
flavor, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know,
strong cinnamon.
You mentioned that nutmeg earlier. Maybe it's just those spices are a bit heavy, huh?
A little bit. Now, can I ask you, is it rude to take your whiskey and say, hey, put a little Coke in it?
If that's what's gonna make you enjoy it, man, that's the way to do it.
Can I get a little Coke for this?
Yeah, let's top this guy off some, huh? So what was the Rahn scale we said?
I'm gonna give this one a 2.
2.
Without the Coke.
Yeah.
Just because it's a little too spicy for me, for my taste. You know, I heard like hot foods give you ulcers, and I would be concerned about my health with this one.
Oh, wow. Time to break into the writer's tears. This will be a new spirit for me. I haven't had the opportunity to taste this yet, so it's gonna be a fresh experience for both of us, man. Writer's tears.
This whiskey is dedicated to comics that write jokes all over the country, and you find out you're still not getting booked, and instead of being depressed and cry, you drink this whiskey. So how many grains is this one?
Now this is a blend. This is going to be a number of different grains. Again, I'm coming in blind on this one, so let's figure it out together.
All right.
I do like that color. It's got a nice bright, almost amber kind of hue to it.
It's bronze.
That's a great descriptor.
Yeah, that's bronze.
That really is.
I like
get
that.
Get a little nose here.
Okay, now I know it was in the barrel.
Mm-hmm. Definitely oak.
Oak barrel. I'm gonna say I smell, I wanna say toffee.
Toffee, I can see that for sure.
Toffee?
Man, I gotta throw one at you. Honey, think honey now. Wildflower honey or even a clover honey. A little more clover.
I guess I can smell flowers.
Yeah, maybe that wildflower.
Flowers, yeah, flowers.
A little floral aspect to it.
You know, I'm surprised because the smells aren't strong, they're very subtle. Mm-hmm. You have to really dig hard to smell it. Like you would think it would be overpowering because it's whiskey, but it's not.
Right.
How many years?
You know what? This one's non-disclosed, so whatever the distiller thought was appropriate. So
at least 5 years.
At least 3, for sure. With Irish whiskey, it's a geographical designation. So for you to say that it's Irish whiskey, it has to be made in Ireland, and it has to be in the barrel at least 3 years. So there's a number of other hoops for them to jump through, but essentially, you can't add anything to it other than the spirit itself. You can't augment it. You can maybe add a little caramel color, but essentially this is just a pure spirit, and they have restrictions just so you make sure if it says Irish whiskey, it's Irish whiskey.
So if you buy some Jordans, it has to have the Jordan symbol on it.
Exactly.
Other than that, it's not real Jordans.
That's how it works.
I get it. I totally get it. Can I ask you something else?
Yeah.
Now, you know, liquor has like proof.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Are all whiskeys the same proof?
No, you know, that's a great question too. This is actually at 40 proof, at 40% alcohol, that's 80 proof.
Wow.
Depending on the intent of the distiller, they can go upwards to 120, but most are gonna come in that 80 to 90 range. I think we give this a taste, see what you think.
Let's do it.
Right on.
Writer's tears. Woo! Whoa!
That's an honest reaction.
Woo! The tears are because it's so strong that you're gonna cry after you take a sip. Woo!
You know what though, man? If that's what if that's what the distiller was looking for, he definitely delivered.
He did it. He did.
He delivered.
Woo! I gotta hit one more time. I got you.
Butterscotch, man. Butterscotch, like a hard candy.
Woo!
Nice.
Man, listen, but it's smooth.
Yeah. You know what? The first thing that really jumps out is that butterscotch flavor. It's definitely got a richness to it. I'm pleasantly surprised. This is a much higher quality than I would have expected. A bit of cocoa in the finish, like a lingering kind of hot chocolate flavor almost, a sweetness that I wouldn't have anticipated. Yeah, this is an excellent spirit. I am impressed.
What I'll say about it is it comes in hot, but it finishes very smooth. Like it's so smooth that like the other one was too hot. This one is hot and it's bolder, but then it tapers off like very quick. I would definitely give this one a 3.5. I don't want to go 4 because the other one was by far my favorite so far, but this would definitely be a 3.5, 3.75. I would drink this when I'm hanging with my boys. So I feel like, you know, I'll get the aggressiveness, but then I'm a smooth type player at the end of it.
And here we are. It's now time to enjoy one of my personal favorites. This is a go-to for me. This is a brand that just really identifies with the concept of a fine Irish whiskey. This is Green Spot. It being triple distilled and it's a single pot still whiskey. I'm just a big fan.
A single pot?
Single pot still, so this was done exclusively with a copper pot still rather than a column still. So you really, this is an older way to make whiskey.
What's a still?
A still is the vessel that the spirit is distilled in. the big onion-shaped thing where it's got all the coils running off the top of it. That's the old-fashioned copper still that I'm talking about.
Like on Pinky and the Brain.
That's exactly the thing I'm talking about. Cartoon reference to help explain spirits and alcohol. I like it. Yeah, almost like a moonshine thing. And just the process, it's a lot costlier. It's something that's more craft. It's something that the distiller has complete control over, and it's time consuming, it's costly. It's the way to really do Irish whiskey. It's what Irish whiskey is meant to be. If you were to use a coffee still or a column still, that's a continuous distillation, and those really, they take out a lot of the subtle flavors of the spirit.
What I'm learning so far is that there's so much more into having a drink than just having a drink.
And you know what, I gotta say on that note, having a drink with someone is about that camaraderie. It's about having that connection with people. I think it's important to have it as a memory. If you're gonna bother to enjoy something that's this high quality, something that's this refined of a spirit, it's more about making those memories, and it's more about having that time together and enjoying the space and the memory. And cheers to that.
And spirit.
Exactly.
Why is it called spirit?
Spirit, you know what? I think it's playing back to the idea of something that's beyond ourselves.
This is almost, I don't want to say be sacrilegious, but considered holy in certain places.
Well said. Well said. Sláinte.
Sláinte. So you like that one?
Ron, I don't mean to jump ahead of you.
No, that's so. I want to taste it now.
Well, we'll get that. Let's get that aroma.
Is it me, or are all whiskeys sweet? They smell sweet.
At their core, I mean, it is the sugars that are getting distilled. Some can have a bit more of a rough edge, but I do enjoy that malt sweetness. Yeah. The fruit that jumps out at me in this one.
I didn't want to say I smell fruit, but I was gonna say it.
You're right on the right path, man.
That's weird. What? Some type of berry?
You know, I could see a darker berry, but I really get more orange zest. I get the skin of an orange, that oil, the essential oil from orange rind. Yeah. Think of driving by an orange grove right now.
I don't smell oranges, but
yeah.
Let me taste it.
Yeah.
Let me taste it. Let me see what I taste. This is very smooth.
Definitely creamy.
It's very creamy. It's a little spicy, but not overpowering.
Right, right. When you say fruit, I get a little green apple in this, a little pear.
Let me see if I can pick up the pear with a bite of the pear here.
Yeah.
Let me see. Now,
does that bring it out a little more?
I want to prove myself wrong, but
oh,
God dang it, I taste it now.
There you go. There you go.
I'll see what you mean. I don't know if you noticed, I've never finished the entire.
Oh, this is a finisher, eh? I think we might have turned him in the right direction.
Green spot gets the green light from me.
Ron, where are we at on the scale, man? Because I don't want to push you, but.
Now, I don't like doing this, Russell. I don't like doing this because I always feel that there's room for improvement. But right now, I think green spot's gonna get a 5 because it's so smooth. It's still strong enough, but it's still subtle enough to have like I finally tasted the pear.
Yeah.
It's kind of sweet, but it's so manly.
Nice.
It's like, you know what? I feel so cool right now.
Now we're gonna enjoy some of the Tullamore D.E.W. This is a blended whiskey, if we can get the top off the darn thing. Elegant presentation with the ceramic decanter. I mean, that's pretty darn fancy, right? You know, you're gonna have a good whiskey when it comes in a fancy decanter.
I just feel like rubbing that bottle and I got 3 wishes coming.
You might. You rub this bottle, you might get more than 3. Woo-hoo! Let's give that a little taste, a little smell. Let's get the whole works out of this guy. Again, I'm getting a little bit of honey, but almost a strawberry kind of flavor. Like that berry note that you mentioned before. I'm picking up on some of that.
I don't smell honey. I can smell berry. I feel weird that I'm smelling berry in alcohol.
Yeah, there's a ton of different
Who am I becoming?
aromas. Who is this guy? When we started, it was Crown Royal, and here we are.
I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was like, you know what, Russell's a liar.
But you know what, man? I think we've come full circle. I think we've come to understand that there's all these different levels of flavor and understanding in it, man. I'm gonna let him have that moment.
Okay.
You're with it. Okay. No, but I want to say one thing about Tullamore D.E.W. These guys are the traditional whiskey that you would do in an Irish coffee at the Buena Vista Cafe in San Francisco. I had plenty of opportunities to drink this spirit in a coffee. It's really the go-to and the standard for an Irish coffee. When I think of Irish coffee, this, a sugar cube, a bit of fresh brewed coffee, a little fresh cream on top. Excellent cocktail.
I'm ready.
We're ready? We're tasting.
Tullamore D.E.W.
Woo!
This is one of the, I want to say, hotter of the whiskeys that we've tasted.
Maybe that's why I enjoy it with coffee so much. It just seems to blend with those flavors.
It's almost like cayenne pepper
There you go.
on your tongue.
Gotcha.
And,
Yeah.
the aftertaste is not as bad as I thought it would be, but it's a.
It's sitting on the palate. I'm still enjoying it after a taste.
Yeah.
That zippy pepper kind of flavor. I'm getting a little bit of toasted oak too.
I don't wanna disrespect Tullamore, but it's not one of my favorites.
Gotcha.
It's not one of my
So
favorites.
this is a Rahn scale low level?
I want to jump out on a limb and say that the quality isn't the same.
This might be
as
a little
some of
younger.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, younger. That means it's not mature enough for my palate. I'm gonna have to give Tullamore a 1. I'm sorry to the people at Tullamore. It's just a little too spicy for me, a little overpowering. It doesn't blend in with the scale of gentleman that I've become.
Well, I'm glad that I could get you to that point, man, and I'm glad that we could have this chance together to spend this time and to understand what we're finding in a spirit and to draw out those experiences and flavors, and I think it's been a perfect experience, man.
Russell, what I will say is that you are a gentleman and a scholar. You have definitely taught me a lot of things today, and I knew that was going to happen
because I'm wearing a
was
vest. That's the proof is in the pudding,
Yeah.
so to speak.
I definitely learned a lot. Alcohol is more than just taking a drink. There's a lot of things that go into it. A minimum of 3 years before you can enjoy one of these delicious beverages. I got to give you props for that because nothing good happens overnight. And thank you for sharing this moment with me.
It's been my absolute pleasure.